Hi, welcome. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications and comment down below who I should interview next. But today we are interviewing a news reporter and cameraman from Local 4 named Nightcam or Tim Pamplin. What is your schedule like when at work?
Well, my official schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, 3 to 11-ish, 3:30 to 11-ish. Work the 4, 5, 6, and 11 o'clock news, and then Thursday and Friday I'm dayside, 10 to 6, and generally turn feature stories on those days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it's typically more harder news, and then Thursday, Friday we do a little bit more featurey stuff on those days, which I need because doing 5 days of hard news can be a little grinding at times.
Yep. Do you have holiday parties with the Local 4 team?
Holiday parties?
Yes.
We used to have an awful lot of parties. I mean, it's pandemic times, everything obviously got shut down. We get together. I mean, we do get together. Nothing official. I don't think that we have official parties. I think the biggest party that the WDIV newsroom has is tonight with the fireworks, where everybody's celebrating on the rooftop or in the studio. And it's just a good vibe. It's just a good energy around Local 4 on fireworks night.
How long, if you're cameraman, does it take to set up the cameras and all that stuff?
Depends what it is. Obviously, like tonight's production with the fireworks show, where we've got probably several dozen cameras spotted all around, it takes almost a week to actually run and pull all the cable and set all the cameras up. For a general news story, it can take a couple of minutes. I mean, I've rolled up on scenes, gone out and gone live within a minute. There's an expression in the news business, live, local, and late breaking. And the late breaking means you got to be quick.
Yeah.
And get the picture up as quick as you can.
How many minutes before airing do you have to be at the location?
Our engineers like to see they like to do a fax now. It's called a fax check, FAX. It's where we check all the lines, check all the signals, because we've got the IFB, the earpieces, we've got the microphones, we've got the audio, you got the video, and then there's return video that comes back to us on occasion. So the engineers like to have everything faxed out, good to go, 10 minutes to the show open.
Mm. Do you do anything for holidays in the van?
Yeah, back in the olden days when I was a news reporter, a new photographer here, some 20-something years ago, we'd have turkey dinners in the truck on Thanksgiving Day. That's about as fun as the parties go. Because I've got quite a bit of seniority at the station, being the second most senior photographer, I typically get all the holidays off. Which is nice, isn't it, Max?
Yes. Do you have a script when you're reporting?
No. I'm one of the very few reporters you'll find who ad-libs everything. What I do is I don't have a script per se, but I have bullet points in my head. So if it's a breaking news story, like a wild scene, I have a set of bullet points in my head which I know I want to hit. And I just string the words together to get me from bullet point to bullet point to bullet point. But no verbatim script. Lots of reporters do. I don't.
What is the best part, in your opinion, of WDIV Insider?
The WDIV Insiders program is a really cool program that they started very recently, within the last year or so. And it allows the viewers, our customers, if you will, we're serving them. There's a customer relationship we have with our audience. And I think it allows them to get into what we're doing. I mean, you can certainly have decisions on what the stories we cover. I was talking to Karen Drew earlier. One of the stories she's working on was something that an insider suggested. Hey, we want to know about this. So she's able to turn that in. So it gives people a voice. And I remember, when was it? Last summer, we were giving away televisions, big screen TVs. I got bought into that program on a Thursday and a Friday of pulling up to people's homes and just giving away big screen TVs to WDIV insiders, you know. So it's a fun program. It's just, you know, a part of the family. We feel like a family at Channel 4, and our viewers are part of the family. We come into their homes every day, man. It's like, it's an honor to be able to do that.
Do you ever have anxiety while or before you are reporting?
Always. I'm a very anxious creature. That's why you don't see me on TV. I don't know that I would be able to report on TV and keep it together. I get terribly nervous,
Ah,
and I have to. I mean, some of the situations I find myself into, if I didn't have nervousness or my wits about me, it could get dangerous. So yeah, I try to keep a healthy dose of reality about me, and that includes, keeping things in perspective and getting a little anxious and a little nervous, because what it does, it heightens my sense of surroundings and where I am. And if I just took everything in a laissez-faire, laid-back attitude, that's when problems happen.
so that's why you're not always on camera.
I'm never on camera, Max.
Yeah.
If you were watching September 12th, 2004, there was a reflection of me in a police cruiser. I think that might be the last time you saw my face on TV.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm being a bit artistic license with the dates. There are times when you see me on TV inadvertently, and police cruiser back windows is the most common place you'll ever see me on TV. I don't go on television.
Hmm. What is the easiest thing, in your opinion, to report on?
The easiest thing. That's a very good question. The easiest thing. Again, having done it for 27 years, it's not that difficult. I can tell you I like reporting happy stories. I love doing good, positive stories. And something I really enjoyed during the pandemic was these drive-by happy birthday celebrations people would have. And you'd see, and it was sad, but it was happy at the same time. And I'm a cup half full kind of guy. I'm positive. I'm optimistic. So seeing the people coming out and waving at their loved ones, there was one lady, she was 102 in Southwest Detroit. The police came out, everybody came out. She had tears rolling down her face, and it was so nice and so joyful to see all these neighbors, strangers, family, friends, everybody just giving her a nice, happy birthday. That was a good, positive story. I love doing those, and don't tell anybody, but I could turn 3 of those a day.
Oh.
So they're easy. In my heart, that's the easiest one. The most difficult ones are when there's just awful situations, and having 2 children of my own. It puts. I mean, when there's things involving children, very, very difficult.
What's your favorite thing to report? And I do know I saw your peacock story. I think that was a month ago now.
Oh, was it Rodney the peacock?
Huh?
Rodney, was his name Rodney?
I don't remember that. All I know is that I remember that you were reporting on it. It was on at 4.
The peacock story about the peacock that was loose in Ecorse or somewhere downriver. That was a fun story. What was your question? What's my favorite sort of story?
Yes.
The one where I can get involved. So, for example, a very, very hot day, for example. Well, in our morning meetings, they'll say, okay, Tim, let's have you go off and have some fun at the water park. Like, okay, let me get my GoPro camera, my waterproof camera. Let's go have some fun. Any story where I can have some fun, ice skating, going down a luge slide, spot a fishing every now and again. And yeah, anything I can do where I can be actively involved, I really enjoy getting involved in the stories.
What's your least favorite thing to report on?
Injuries to children. Injured children really tears me up. These kids are innocent,
Yeah, there's too much of that going on right now.
Far too much. Needs to stop.
Yep. When did you start working for Local 4?
26 years ago. 96, I think, or 94. 20. I know last year was my 25th anniversary. I came for a 3-year contract and never left.
Did you have to wear a mask when you were reporting or doing the camera stuff?
You mean like the coronavirus mask?
Yeah.
We had rules at the station inside the building, but I'm an outdoor cat. So if I was going into a place where I didn't feel comfortable, I'd put it on. But 95% of my existence is spent outdoors, and I feel safe outdoors.
What is your news reporting history and roles?
What is my what?
News reporting history and roles.
Okay. Started out as a young lad in England as a newspaper photographer at the age of 16. Always wanted to be a television cameraman or radio announcer. Got the opportunity to come to America, and my dream came true. I'm living my childhood dream, Max, of being a TV reporter, a TV cameraman, and an announcer. You know, I didn't want to be an on-air TV reporter or a news anchor. I wanted to be someone who's in the mix, living vicariously through other people. People are having fun. I like to be in there having fun. I've been an engineer. I've been an editor. I've been a producer, field producer, cameraman, a reporter. I've pretty much done everything in a news department, except for sales.
Where exactly do you do the TV announcing?
Where do I do my reports?
Yeah, or the announcing part of it.
My voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the voiceover. I do the reporting in the truck, in my TV truck, Unit 9, and we have microphones in the back that we use for tracking the voice tracks and editing it all together. Like I say, I'm an outdoor cat. We do have an audio. We have several audio booths at the station, which are like soundproof rooms, like 10 foot by 10 foot, with all the soundproof padding on the walls and the noise dampening sound material. That's where the people inside the studio, so like Bernie and Devon and Kim and Karen and people like that, they voice their stuff in the audio booths. For us, we use what's called a lip mic. It's like a lip LIP mic. It cuts out all the extraneous sounds around. I could be at a disco, tracking my story, and no one would hear the background noise.
Is it like the ones you'll see all the reporters use, like that clip onto you, or?
No, that's a lavalier microphone that clips on. The lip mic is something you put right up to your mouth. Google it, I suppose. There's people who use it for horse racing. Have you ever watched horse racing on the telly?
No,
you never watched horse racing on the telly?
No.
Okay, look at it on YouTube and you'll see a lip mic. And there could be and football and soccer players, they use them too. Soccer reporters use them too. It cuts out all the extraneous noise. So I could be standing on the edge of a freeway with all that noise. As long as I got that lip mic up to my mouth and I'm talking at a normal level, people won't hear the background noise.
Is it hard to report outside in winter?
Yes. I'm a summer guy. I like the sunshine. I like the warmth. Winters are getting colder, I'm suspecting, or my ability to handle it is getting weaker because, standing on the old freeway bridges, reporting on traffic snarl-ups is getting old.
What's your favorite event to report on?
My favorite event, anything near water. I was just telling someone the other day, Max, that I like islands. And I don't know if it was because I was born on an island or vacationed on islands a lot. I got married on an island in the Caribbean. I just like islands. So anything that gets me around water, I really, really like. Whether it's water fights at the elementary schools. I did one of those a few years back where the students did so well, they got to have a big water fight and I got invited. That was lots of fun. Going down water slides with a GoPro is fun. Whenever the Coast Guard or the Marine divisions invite the media along to go see what they're up to. I just love getting out on boats.
How often are you in the local force studio area?
Not very often anymore. In the last couple of years, I think I've been in there probably a handful of times. There's really no need. Like I say, outdoor cat, drive around. My office, I like to joke, I've got a corner office, Max. Any corner I want. Right now, it's Woodward and Jefferson. That's my corner office.
So you kind of, if you're not reporting on something, you kind of just bring the van there and chill?
Yeah, but I am a roving reporter. Okay, so tonight my assignment is downtown Detroit fireworks. I'm going to be roving around and just getting stories where the stories are happening. I stay mobile.
Ah. Um, what is it like to be inside the local four bands?
What's it like? It's rather exciting. It's got lots of equipment. It's kind of fun just to think that this truck does what it can do. And I don't have one of the microwave trucks. Unit 9 is it's called a bonded cellular vehicle. So we have maybe a dozen or so cellular SIM cards in equipment, and they all connect together. So you get 10 megs, 10 megs, 10 megs, 10 megs. And then you'll have 10 of those, you'll have 100 megs. It's a very good, strong bandwidth. So we don't have the big antennas that go up. They're sort of being phased out as we go to bonded cellular. And it makes for a lot quicker setup. But it's very exciting. I do enjoy the trucks. It's just like a little living room back at my office. I got a swivelly round chair and I got a comfy couch. Well, not a couch, but a comfy armrest chair. And then all the equipment. And then the engineering side of Tim Pamplin loves it. The creative side of Tim Pamplin loves the photography and the editing. So this is the perfect marriage for me. I love the tech and I love the creative side of things. It's perfect.
Do you drive the local four vans?
I do. I keep telling my need a driver, but they keep telling me no. Maybe one day. Maybe if I'm here another 25 years, I get a chauffeur.
Ah. What is Nightcam?
What is Nightcam? Nightcam is interesting. It's a brand. I told you before in our email communications, you got to protect the brand. And that's why you can't see my face, obviously. I'd love to be able to come on here and come out, as they say, on the Max Cool Gamer Columbus channel. But I'm not there just yet. I like to stay incognito. It came around 15 years ago or so. There was a massive fire near north side of Detroit, up near East Grand Boulevard. I think it was a Studebaker plant, if I'm not mistaken, burnt down to the ground. Massive fire, and it had started at 11:15. And I was the only one there. The other reporters, I think one may have been out in Pontiac and one maybe in Ann Arbor, but I was the only way we could get live pictures of this massive fire tearing down an entire city block of history. It was very sad. And in 15 minutes, I got there, got my signal up, was ready to go at 11 o'clock. And the executive producer at the time, Jen Wallace, said, you could just talk. Just tell us what you're seeing, explain what you're seeing. And then about 5 minutes in, she said to my earpiece, don't stop talking. I just carried on talking, and Damon and I think it was Carmen at the time, were going backwards and forwards. And it was, that was the birth of Nightcam.
What are you working on right now other than the Ford fireworks? Are there any stories?
Breaking news is what I do, which is what I do mostly. As for we have a special department called Special Projects, which set things up called HFRs. Hotel Foxtrot Romeos, HFRs, hold for release. They're the special project stories where you put sometimes months of research into a story. You start digging. Karen Drew does lots of these, where she just digs and digs and digs and gets to the bottom of the stories. They take time. For me, I have attention deficit disorder, so I bounce from one thing to another. I'm like, okay, we got a fire here. Oh, the desk will call me. Oh, hang on, we got a 6-car pile up over in Washtenaw County. Okay. So my attention deficit disorder is served in this job because I'm doing something different, seemingly every 15 minutes or so.
I did see today with Karen Drew digging and digging in the stories today.
She does. She's tenacious, Max. She really is an excellent reporter, a great researcher, an excellent producer. And she does. She gets into what she's reporting on, and she doesn't let go until she gets answers and results. We saw that with the Wayne County morgue story recently.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from just a little town outside of Cambridge, England. It's about 50 miles north of London, and became a citizen 2 years ago. And sorry it took so long. I've been here for about 30 years. But had children, they've grown up now, and it was time to, pay it back. I mean, America has been so good to me over the last 30 years. The least I could do was to become a citizen and honor this country and honor my children who are born Americans.
What is your education?
Education is an iffy one because I wanted to be a cameraman, and like I said, and a reporter from a very early age. And my father was a lawyer, still is, in England. And he says, well, if you want to get into television, you should be a friend of mine. So at 15, when I was still in high school, I met this national correspondent. And he explained to me that if you want to do it, and this is your passion, do it. Now, we fell into a thing recently in education where you have to go off to college and get degrees to prove that you know what you're doing. The great thing about what I do is it's something you can learn. It's like an apprenticeship, if you will. So I left high school and went straight, and like I say, at the age of 16, started working for a newspaper in England. Could never get into television, but worked for a newspaper, traveled extensively as a teenager. 17, 18, 19. And then when I was 22, the opportunity arose to come to America.
And you've been there ever since?
Yeah, I did some time with Ford. I did some time in Chicago because my first stop when I came to America was Chicago. Learned the ropes over in Chicago and then got a job offer over here in Detroit.
Do you have your own camera for tonight's special for on Click on Detroit? Do you have like a camera view or?
No, I know that if you go onto the website to clickondetroit.com, you can actually pick your view, right? You can see the barge cam.
Yes, I have the insider.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're an insider, so you get it.
Yeah.
For me, I am not, because I'm a roving reporter, and I have to go from place to place to place as I'm needed, as the stories develop. My camera would be up and down, and I'm driving around, and I'm maneuvering around downtown. Not a lot of driving around downtown, because a lot of the streets are blocked off, but a lot of hoofing it around.
Yeah. Who would you say you cameraman the most for?
Myself. But night cam is just me, just little old me with my camera running around, shooting the pictures. I do a lot of work with Devon. Devon and I have covered many Olympic Games over the years. We've traveled the world together. We've been to China several times and Russia several times.
You guys were at the Mackinac Policy Conference a couple weeks ago.
We do MPC. This was our 22nd year, I think, of covering it together, apart from the last 2 years where we didn't go because of the COVID. But yeah, Devon and I work very well together, and he appreciates my British sense of humor, which some people don't get.
Were you cameraing when he did it, or did you have your own reportings during it?
During the Mackinac Policy Conference?
Yes.
No. That's Devon's the reporter, field anchoring. I'm his tech and engineer. With Flashpoint, you see, it's a 4-camera setup with a TriCaster. Are you familiar with TriCaster switcher? A TriCaster is a switcher that allows you to put multiple cameras in and multiple feeds out, and that's how we do Flashpoint up there. No, there's no room for me to now. Of course, if there was a horse accident or something, I might show up and report on that. But no, there's nothing really night camable up there per se, because I'm far too busy dealing with Devon and making sure he gets on the air and looks good and gets what he needs.
All right. So that is all the questions I have. But now to release footage of the van number 9.
Oh yes, roll the tape, Max. Roll the tape.
All right.
Rightio, so there's Unit 9. This is my truck that I've been driving for the last several years. It's Old Faithful, gets me around town as we open up the door. There's the camera, comfy seat. And this is the tech rack over here, the big red telephone, and all the equipment that gets the transmission going. So basically, as we look around here, down here is the power supply system, runs on shore power, batteries, and a power inverter. This is the IFB, interruptible foldback, that allows the producers to talk to me in my ear. That's the edit computer system over there with the PC, pretty hardcore graphics system on that, the monitor speakers. Now here's the camera. This is the work machine. That's Sony PMW 350 with the LiveView 300 V-mount on the back there. That's the device that gets my signal to the station with about half a second delay. Runs off V-mount batteries, but a fairly concise little bit of kit, all shoulder mounted. I run and gun. Very rarely do I use tripods. Up front are my scanners, my radios, and so that's the tour right there of Unit 9.
Well,
Radio, so then.
sorry about that. Thank you for pre-recording that for this.
Oh, no worries. I know that you wanted to see inside the truck and see what we have to operate with, but yeah, that's it. What are you looking to do? Are you looking to be television?
Well, kind of like a film creator, producer type thing, and writer.
Like a content creator?
Yeah, like what you see on Netflix. Write it, produce it, create it.
Perfect. Well, do what I did and just chase your dream, Max, because I tell you, if you want to do something hard enough, you can do it. I had to travel 4,000 miles away to reach my dream, but America is a great country, and anything you want to do, you can do it.
Thank you for the positivity. And I do remember talking to Victor 1 month ago, and he put in, I think he put something in for management to try and get a virtual tour, because I know you guys aren't doing in-person tours.
Yeah, well, if you've got that relationship with Victor, take it. Don't let him. I know you're tenacious as well, young man. So positivity, stay up. And that's fantastic. Oh, I just got a message here. Tell Max, Mrs. Morton says hi.
Oh, yes, yes.
You know Mrs. Morton, very good. Yeah, I know the Morton family very well. Very different.
She's the office secretary, one of the office secretaries at the middle school.
And she's one of your biggest fans.
Yes.
Apparently she's watching.
Yes. I talk to her every day, anytime I got a new interview thing. And right now I'm actually trying to figure out a time to do Rod Maloney with an interview this week.
I'll tell him to not be a slacker and get back with you. Rodney, talk to Max.
I mean, he had everything. The last thing he had to do was talk and see if he was available to do it from someone. He had to ask permission and then.
Right on. Well, excellent. Well, good for you and good for him. And it is fantastic.
Thanks for joining.
No worries, Max, and all the very best to you in your endeavors. And again, keep chasing that dream, brother.
Yep, I've sent everyone an email for this. So far, I've interviewed Bernie, I've interviewed Devin and Victor, and now you, and then talking to Rod Maloney from the station. But everyone else has been emailed for the
excellent. Well, good for you, and keep it up.
Yes,
it's been fun, Max. Enjoy the show tonight.
Thank you. I will.
Bye now.
All right, I will email you it when it gets published.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.